Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we're going to be doing a deck profile of my Spellbook deck. Now, there's a couple things I want to go over before I get started into the video. Number one, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my good friends, who all my friends at locals rag on, but he's a good friend of mine, Will. Shout outs to my boy Will. He's been playing Spellbooks ever since they initially came out. As it's probably one of his more known decks he's known for, or I know him for. I've known Will for many years. He's played a multitude of different spellcaster-based decks back in the day. I've known him since I was a freshman in college, and he's a very good friend of mine. So shout-outs to my boy Will. He's actually one of the reasons I even got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! All those years ago. So without further ado, let's get to the deck profile. But I also want to mention, guys, one more thing. There are a multitude of different types of Spellbook decks out there. There's Jowgen Control, which you're mainly focused on Jowgen, with maybe Moonmeal Shield and some other equipped spells, and you have a Spellbook engine with it. You have the Invoke Spellbooks, which is something I profiled on this channel last year, which people still run. There's spell counter versions, there's control element versions, there's Spellbook counter versions, there's pure versions, there's Spirit Repo versions, and there's even control versions of Spellbooks, which this is more of a control version of Spellbooks, I would say. But what I'm trying to explain, guys, is everybody runs their Spellbook deck a little bit differently. There's even World of Prophecy turbo versions too. So everyone runs it a little bit differently. So if yours is different, hey, that works for you. That's how you want to run it. So first off, we run 2 High Priestess of Prophecy. Personally, I like 2 High Priestess. I've seen people still run 3 of. I've seen some versions of Spellbooks, like I was talking about, just run her as a 1 of. Me, personally, in this version, which is more of a control version, I like 2 High Priestess of Prophecy. She's honestly the reason I even built the deck initially, because she is probably my favorite secret rare ever to come out in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! From an aesthetic standpoint. That's the reason initially I built the deck all those years ago. But I've had these 2 for a long time. They're both First Ed High Priestess of Prophecy. I don't know if you can see the stamps right here and here. But yeah, I've had these for many, many years. And like I said, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful secret rare. One of my favorites, if not the most favorite secret rare ever. Next we run 3 Blue Boy. Have my First Ed ulti, but that I've had for a long time. But 3 Blue Boy, he's going to search out just about anything for you. He's your main searcher for the deck. You know, High Priestess of Prophecy is easy to be special summoned out. She can pop things on your opponent's field. And then your Blue Boy, he's your searcher. So, you know, you have your removal and you have your searching power in this deck, which is really awesome. And there are other ways to get your High Priestess out on the field. But he's your searcher. You do not want to get Ash Blossom with him, because otherwise he's going to be a little small Blue Boy. 3 Temperance. Now, if you're running the World version, you run Temperance. But this version, we're not running World, but we are running some other cards I find that in this version work better than we're running World of Prophecy. So Temperance is really neat because it's going to help you bring out your Spellbook of High Priestess of Prophecy. That's what the one thing is going to help bring out for you. Because it's going to help bring out your High Priestess, and then you can pop things on the field and do little things like that. But it's also going to help you bring out your DMOC, your Dark Magician of Chaos. Now, some people like dedicated World Prophecy, world builds, Spellbook of the World. We are destroying everything. Me, that's not what this deck is trying to do. Like I said, this deck is trying to controlling, recycle its, spell cards, things of that nature, and DMOC helps out with that. So in this version of the deck, what I'm trying to do, I like DMOC over World and things of that nature. And DMOC is really good in this deck. So that's why you're running the Temperance, because Temperance is going to help bring out your High Priestess for certain plays, and also you can bring out your DMOC as well. So 3 Temperance of Prophecy. Next we're running 3 Silent Magician. Now if, little Blue Boy over here is little Blue Boy, I'm going to call it from now on, Silent Magician is Little Blue Girl. So you have Little Blue Boy, Little Blue Girl. Yeah, guys, jokes aside, this card's very expensive. I understand if you don't have this card. If you do, I would maybe suggest trying it out in your Spellbook deck if you have it. But really great card because of two reasons. A, it's going to help you destroy opponent's spell cards. B, it works amazingly well in this deck and can really be a powerhouse because she can get pretty big. You know, Silent Magician can. And if she dies, hey, guess what? You get to bring out Silent Magician level 8, which is going to negate all your opponent's spell cards. That's cool. Like, that's awesome. So that's why I like this here. So 3 Silent, 1 Silent Magician level 8. This is the package we run. It's very, very, very easy to get out. I've had instances where my Temperance will get negated. My Blue Boy will get negated. I'll have this in hand and I'll just be like, okay, bring this out. And there you go. We're a situation where you may have lost a lot of life points and not lost, gained a lot of advantage. Now you have a negator and you can bring out a level 8. That's not bad. That's a much better scenario, I find. So that's why we run this little silent package. It's good in the deck. We also run 2 Jowgen the Spiritualist. Even though we are not running a Jowgen control version of this deck, Jowgen is still a good card in this deck and gives it a little bit more of a control aspect. So that's why you don't see me running 3 Jowgen, because I'm not running Jowgen control, but Jowgen's still good. So you can try to run it as a 1 of or a 2 of. I like it as a 2 of because it's still a good card to have, guys. Like, I'd be lying otherwise. But he's not the main focus of this deck. He's in there because he's good. We have the 1 DMOC. Like I said earlier, this is going to help recycle any and pretty much all of your spells. So over half of your deck almost. It's going to help you, recur stuff, which is nice. So 1 DMOC. And that's all for your main deck. For your extra deck, for your spells, first off, we run 3 Spellbook of Secrets. Got these a long time ago for a Dark Magician deck. It's still up on the channel. Many years ago, before even any support came out. This was back when we had Eye of Timaeus Dark Magician, and that was all you could do. That's when I got these. Because it was running Spellbook Engine in a Dark Magician deck all those years ago. But 3 Spellbook of Secrets. There's a 3 of in the deck. Pretty straightforward, guys. You run it. Next up, we run 3 Spellbook of the Faith. I need a 3rd one, but at the moment I'm okay because it's a first ed one, so that's fine. But 3 Spellbook of Faith, guys. We run it in the deck. It's a really powerful card. I will admit I was debating back and forth as running it as a 3 of, because secrets can search just about any of your Spellbook stuff out in your deck, right? And Fate is good and you can easily recycle it, but I found from playtesting that I liked Fate as a 3 of instead of a 2 of, as I used to run. But you can play around with the ratio as a 2 or a 3 of, depending upon what you want. But at the end of the day, I decided to run Fate as a 3 of, and it's been working out pretty well now, going forward. And it gives the deck a little bit more searchable, controlling aspects, so why not? Because Fate's pretty dang good still. Then we have your draw, your draw card for the deck, which is really nice. Your searchable draw card, which is 3 Spellbook of Knowledge. Why not? No reason not to. Good card. But yeah, 3 Spellbook of Knowledge. Love the card. This is what the deck always needed, is more draw power for it, and that always helped it out. 2 Spellbook of Power. I know. Everybody runs pretty much 1 Spellbook of Power in their Spellbook deck. I got it. I understand. There's a reason, though. In this version, this can help your Silent Magician. Alright? It can help your Silent Magician get around problematic things. So, your Silent Magician usually is going to come out with 1,000 or 1,500, depending upon how it comes out. Alright? So, saying that, you can use Spellbook of Power to help run around things. So Spellbook of Power is going to help you run over opponents' monsters. And then you can get your power plays going. As you see where I'm trying to go with this, you're going to be able to search things out, do things with it, power. So in a typical Spellbook deck, I understand you running 1 of. in this version, for multiple play testing and playing this deck for over about 8 months for fun, I found power as a 2 of was much better. That's just me. But 2 power in this version works out pretty well. Next, I run 2 Spellbook of the Masters. It's pretty good in this version of the deck. Some people run 1, and some people run 2. It just depends on your deck, and honestly, I'm going to admit it too, depends on your playing style a little bit, and how you run the deck. But me, at the end of the day, I like 2 Spellbook of the Masters, and I've been perfectly fine with running 2 Spellbook of the Masters. Helps recycle stuff. Next, we're running 2 Spellbook, the Grand Spellbook Tower. We run 2 of it. It's good. I like it as a 2 of. Used to run it as a 1 of, but now I like it as a 2 of in the deck, and I'm not going to look back because it's a pretty staple 2 of card, I feel like. For your 1 of Spellbooks, your 1 life, your 1 wisdom, your 1 eternity. Now, like I said, I used to run, Grand Tower as a 1 of because it's usually there to recycle stuff, but I really like 2 because I can recycle multiple. You can do, it's more easier to recycle. So that's why you see things like this I still run. Some people don't like wisdom. It can stop impermanence. It can stop certain cards from really affecting your monsters, so I still like it. Life is pretty much your searchable monster reborn. Eternity helps you get banish stuff. Depending upon how you like to play the deck. Again, some people run double eternity. It's up to you. But I just like these as 1-ofs in the deck, and they've been working out pretty well. We also run some more draw power because we need it. 3 Powder Extravagance. We don't really use the extra deck, guys, so I'm okay with using Extrav because let me just turbo to all my spellbooks and stuff I need and just go off. So yeah, 3 Extrav has been working out well. If 1 is dead in hand because you already used 1, and maybe it's your only card in hand, maybe you just pitch it for Jowgen's effect. I've done it before. So yeah, guys, just saying that. But yeah, 3 Extravagance, it just gives you an additional draw power into the deck, which the deck could use. 1 Call by the Grave. This is just going to help protect you for hand traps. I like it as a 1 of. If Nobleman of Crossout comes out, you run Nobleman of Nobleman of Crossout, the OCG card that may be coming out here to the TCG next year. But 1 Call by the Grave, and also 3 Infinite Impermanence. I want some negation in this deck. The deck does have Jowgen, but you still want some negation just in case. So we're able to stop powerful spell cards. We're able to start monster effects, and we can do other stuff too with this deck now. So you see how this deck is very prevalent in what it does. It can stop certain things. So that's why I said it's a little bit more of a control version of Spellbooks, but it's not Jowgen control. So that's why I said that. But 3 Infinite Impermanence also in the main deck. That's the deck in a nutshell there, guys. Like I said, you're not going to be using the extra deck a lot. Spellbook, a Silent Magician, is level 8. It's going to help protect you against Spellbook, spell effects, your opponent's spell effects. So, like, if they use Lightning Storm, it can help you protect it. And it's so just an additional thing to really cool have because, hey, you can easily just bring it out with Silent Magician if it gets destroyed, and you just have a 35 beater that just you can float into, which is cool. But like I said, mainly this deck is a main deck focused deck. For your extra deck, however, though, we do run some cards. So we have our Dark Magician Field Center. We have just 2 tokens that I just keep in the deck because. But we have 3 Crowley, because we do go into Crowley sometimes, I will admit it, but it's mainly here just because of Extravagance as a 3 of. Otherwise I would probably run it as a 2 of. 2 Salamangreat Almirage. This is in case one of your monsters gets negated, so you can just go into something like Blue Boy or something. 1 Underclock Taker. It does come in handy sometimes. 2 Cerberus. 2 Phoenix. This is because of Extravagance, just good removal stuff. 2 Unicorns, so you have 2 Nightmare Cerberus, 2 Nightmare Unicorn, 2 Nightmare, 2 Nightmare Phoenix, 2 Nightmare Unicorn. Just in case something gets banished, you at least have another one most likely. And then we just got some level 4s in Access Code Talker and Boral Sword, as well as number 11 Big Eye, which you can go for with 2 High Priestess of Prophecy. It does come into play sometimes. So that's your extra deck. Like I said, you're running a lot of 2-ofs and whatnot because of Extravagance. But even with that, like I said, you're probably just going to Crowley and All Mirage the most out of everything. Because everything else you don't go for as much, I find. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Like I said, I really enjoy this deck. Everybody has their different take on how they build their Spellbook deck. This is just my take on it. And I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And until next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling to all of you, go Spellbooks, and I'll see you guys next time. Good luck dueling to all of you.